In today's video, I'm going to show you how to perfectly clean your Rivian R1T or R1S. I'm going to show you all of the products that you're going to need for this. And the great thing about this is a lot of these products are like 5 years old. So I've had these for a long time. So you might have to spend a little bit of money up front to get all of your stuff, but it does last you a long time. The first thing you're going to want to use is a bucket with a grit guard. Now, a lot of people will do the 2-bucket method where one bucket has the clean water and soap, and then the other bucket they'll dip the sponge in to wash it off before they put it in the clean bucket. I don't use that method, but that is something you can do to take an extra step to make sure you're not scratching your vehicle or something like this. The other thing is I will have all of this stuff linked in the description. I do earn commissions if you use the codes or discount codes, especially for Hydrosilex. I have a 25% discount code on their website. Now I have this broken down into several sections. There's exterior cleaning, interior cleaning, your wheel stuff, specialty equipment, ceramic coating, and your towels. So I will break down all of that in this video to be as concise as possible. Another important part of cleaning your car is having clean water, and for that reason I use this RV filter, which reduces the amount of hard water, which makes the car easier to dry. This, along with an expandable hose, is something I highly recommend. So I've waited about 6 months to get this product. I am so excited about that. It is from IK Sprayers, and this has an electric compressor inside of it. So it's charged up right now. I put the water inside of it as well as the Hydrosilex ceramic soap. Check out how good this works. And then it kicks in, the compressor kicks in. The compressor will kick in when it loses power, but the other thing to note is you can keep spraying as the compressor pumps, and if it fails or runs out of battery, which is this more than enough to clean an entire car, you have a physical pump built into this thing. So I'm really excited about this product. They're kind of hard to get. It's called the eFoam Pro 2, and I love this product. Let's get the car foamed. Now, there's only one key thing you need to know when you're actually putting a sponge on your car. So again, this has the grit guard in the bottom of it. You lift it up, and all you are doing is holding the sponge in place and pulling it across your paint. So you're just holding it in place. You're not putting a ton of pressure into your paint. You're letting the soap lift the dirt, and then you're simply scrubbing it away with your microfiber sponge. So that's really all that we're doing. You gotta let the soap do the work for you. And then if you're in a sunny spot, you wanna do this quickly so you can actually get it all dried off. You don't want the soap to sit on your vehicle. Washing in the shade is ideal, but for most of us, that's just not the reality. So again, dip in there, rub it against the grit guard, and then you're just slowly pulling it across your paint, removing any of the contamination. I love using the word contamination when talking about cleaning cars. It's very fun. That's what all the pros do, and I'm just trying to be like the pros. Now, another thing people wonder about is the plastics. How do you keep the plastics looking good? There's 2 ways to do it. First, again, just taking that same sponge and just giving it a nice, solid clean. Now this you can press a little harder on because you're not going to scratch anything, but this is all I do. Just give it that nice scrub like that across the back here of the R1T, and then dry it off just like you would any other part of the car, and that's going to keep it looking like that deep, rich, matte black color. The other thing you can do at the end is ceramic coat it. Now, just as we were washing our car lightly, the drying towel is just as important. This is from the Rag Company. I love this towel because you know how you see those commercials where they go like this? And then they pull it off and the car's perfectly dry. It's like, it literally does that. So I love this towel, and this is enough to clean or dry your entire vehicle. Now, the other thing you will need to know here is this towel is old, okay? So I've been using it for a while. To maintain it, this can dry your car about 3 times without you having to wash it. I recommend getting a microfiber wash and then just washing it after every 3 washes because that's how you get the maximum absorption out of it. If you're not doing that, it's just going to lose absorption over time. It's very easy to wash them, and I'll have all that linked below with the stuff that you need. But you can see, look how easy it is to clean this, and then we will get rid of any streaks later. So sometimes what I do is I hold the towel up here. What is this called? The fulcrum point. I hold it here and then just kind of guide the bottom of it into all of those crevices so we get it all cleaned up nicely. But this towel is excellent. It's the best on the market in my opinion, and it comes in multiple sizes. So it just works really nice when you have to move quickly, and it's nice not having to switch towels. Now, for cleaning your rims, there's two products I really like. This is from P&S Detailing. It's called Brake Buster. This stuff is excellent. It's meant to be shot onto the rim and the tire for cleaning. You also have this stuff from Hydrosilex. Now, this stuff is great and it works very well. The only downside I've found to it is it smells incredibly bad. So if you're sensitive to smells, I'm just warning you now, this stuff stinks. This does not seem to have an odor to it. So we're going to use the P&S Brake Buster here, and I put it in one of these IK sprayers. Cover the wheel, let it sit for a minute, and then wash it off. Now, the next thing I like to do is I switch the hose to mist. So I'll mist a little bit, and then I will start with this wheel brush. So this is just an old wheel brush that is now used specifically on the tires. So I'll do the tires first. We're just going to scrub it down, just agitate so you can get some foaming action so it can really lift the dirt up out of the tire. And this doesn't, like, you know how you get some of the browning on the tires? This ultimately doesn't remove all of that. It removes some of it, but don't expect to clean this and then the browning's all off of the tires. I can be honest, I haven't really found something that is effective at pulling all of that off. So then get this wet, and we're just going to go in and out of each wheel. Now, a lot of people will ask, hey, doesn't that scratch your wheel? This does not. It's got these flagged edges to it, so it's actually really soft on the metal and especially even the black paint. This black chrome look is the kind of the hardest to get perfectly clean, but I have not seen any scratching on it. I've been using this for like 4 years and it's never scratched a wheel. So just go in and out of each of these spokes, and then you can even just let it sit for an extra minute. Again, this side of the car is in the shade, so you can just let it sit for a minute, really be effective, and then wash it all off. Now we're going to get it all washed off. And that overall looks really good. But again, the key here is then getting it dried. Now, some people can use it. You can use an air compressor or leaf blower to start the drying process. For this example, I have a bunch of microfiber towels that I use specifically on wheels. So these don't touch any part of the car. And then I just go around and I dry every single part of the wheel. Now, you can see here that I got really nice results just by wiping it off, and that's because I had previously applied wheel armor. So this stuff, I love this. So this is a ceramic coating for your rims, and you're able to just spray it on pretty liberally. Even if you're a conservative, you can spray it on liberally. It's okay. So, don't breathe it in. So take a clean microfiber towel, because now you're cleaning clean wheels, and it's incredible how slick this makes it. So it makes it harder for brake dust to actually stick, and then it gives you that deep shine that you want. It like hard water, things like that, it makes everything harder to stick to the wheel. And you can put this onto your rims every time you clean them, and it just keeps getting better and better as you stack the layers of the ceramic coating. So I highly, highly recommend wheel armor, especially if you have a car like a BMW M or a Mercedes or something that really builds up a ton of brake dust. I highly recommend that because it'll just make it easier maintenance on your wheels. And as you wash it, you'll feel as you rub it in, you'll feel the surface just become more and more slick. So that's a product that is excellent. Again, I think and also the code on the website is JeebsMay or GjeebsAugust or whatever month it is, Jeebs and then the month, and that'll save you 25%. So yeah, this stuff is excellent. Now, the final part of cleaning, having your wheels look absolutely perfect, is tire shine. Not everybody likes to do this, but if you do, here's what I recommend. First of all, this from Adams Polishes. This is the best applicator I have found. I got a 3-pack of them on Amazon. Ergonomically, it's perfect for your grip, and then you just go like this. Then, after that, there's 2 options in terms of application. Now, one would be a gel like this, okay? So the gel you're able to put on here on your applicator pad, and then this is how I do it. I kind of slowly roll it on across a big section of the tire. So then from there, you just massage it in. And this, to me, putting tire shine on just gives the car that extra like pop, makes it look cleaner longer because it really attracts your eyes to the wheels and how clean they are. The other thing I like is I'm able to control how close I get to the rim. So you can see here I can really control and be accurate and not get any overspray, we'll call it, onto the actual rim, which you do not want. So that's what I like about that. Now the other thing, the other application, the other shine that I've gotten is this black satin tire coating from Griot's. This stuff is also great. The only downside to it is the fact that when you're spraying it on, you can't quite control and you might overspray onto the rim and then you'll have to wipe the rim off again. So that's the only downside. I don't recommend spraying it onto a tire like I'm about to do over another tire shine, but just to show you what it looks like. And then this has had both of these last a while. I'd say this one lasts a little bit longer than the Hydrosilex, but again, both great options to finish off your tire. Now, if you're interested in purchasing a Rivian, I do have a referral code. Currently, that gets you $500 either to use toward a new Rivian, or you can use it for the gear shop. So you're able to go in and buy like a bike rack or $500 toward a home charger or merchandise that they have. So if you're going to buy a Rivian, there's no reason you shouldn't be using a referral code. Again, mine's on the screen and I'll have it linked in the description. Now, after you've wiped the exterior of your car down, you want to take that same cloth. It'll be a little damp now, and you can wipe out these door jambs here. And I've always described this part as like wiping your own crack. Most people aren't going to know, but they will appreciate it once they see it. So I would keep all of this cleaned up. Just one little swipe at all four doors, and that'll go a long way. Now for the floor mats, you could just vacuum these out, but because I have the 3D mats here, you can just take a microfiber and just wipe them out like this, and that'll get all of the little pebbles and things off. Now, this looks pretty good, but if you want to get all of this extra scuffing off, we're going to use an interior cleaner. So this is a plastic and leather cleaner. This can literally be used anywhere on the interior except for your screens and windows. So this is very versatile. It can even be used on the exterior. But I've put it in this bottle here. We'll spray some onto the mats. And then we'll take this horsehair brush and we will agitate, and you'll see that it'll foam up a little bit. And what's great about these mats is they really do last a long time and then just look brand new once you clean them up. So they're very durable, and they have these laser etch, so they get you a ton of coverage there. So we're going to take that same microfiber, and then just kind of get it down in through those little crevices, and it's looking like a brand new floor mat again. I personally would not ceramic coat your floor mats. The reason for that is because you don't want this to be slick in any way. So I would just use the cleaner. You could do this once a year and they're going to look brand new. But that's just going to give you a really nice clean look. And the other thing where you can do it is right here on the center console. So normally you have a bunch of stuff here. Your wife will, she'll just turn this car into her laundry basket. Then it's your job to clean it up. And it's kind of cool. You can see the little Rivian logos there. But we're just going to, again, use that interior cleaner, same agitating method. Wipe it up with your microfiber, and then, like, right before your eyes, you can see it is perfectly clean. And I could do a better job of that to get some of the extra scuffing out, but just so you can get a clear example of how it works, it just works really well. Now, the other thing is you will see, look at this stank right here from the back of your stinky head. So we are going to clean that up right now. All right, so for this area, you're going to want to, again, I like to spray this. Okay, so now you got lubrication in there. We'll do 1 to 1.5 explode. Uh-oh, we're dripping. We're dripping. Now we agitate. We want to clean the stank off of this. And look at that. We are now stank-free in the Rivian. Now, one step further that you can go would be using a ceramic coating. So I think an interior ceramic coating on places like the seats is very useful, because what that will do is give you protection for a longer period of time and make it harder for things to stick. It's not going to absolutely prevent this from happening, but it will slow it down. So I don't want people to think like ceramic coatings are some magic. You still have to maintain them, but they do extend the life of the cleaning that you put into your car. So we're going to apply that right now. So this is their recharge ceramic coating. And this says you want to make sure the car is cool. So we had the air conditioning running to cool the interior down. And then you want to work in small areas. So we're just going to spray on. And that's all you're going to need to cover this entire surface here. And this is just going to extend the maintenance of the vehicle. So that's all it is, and it doesn't add, it makes it maybe a hair darker, just slightly darker. Has a nice scent to it, and that's all you need to do, and you just go section by section on your entire car. Now, you can get this professionally done, like you can get this done at Dynamic Tint in Tempe, Arizona, where I get the stuff done on my cars. Or if you're a DIY person, this does cost a lot less, it just doesn't last as long as getting a professional coating. I also highly recommend doing this as soon as you get your car because it's never been touched or used before, and that way you will get the best start to keeping it clean in the long term. Now, what I like about the whole Hydrosilex lineup is the fact that they build on one another. So if you ceramic coat your whole car, this is a ceramic infused glass cleaner. The soap for the car is SiO2 infused. So you have them constantly building on top of each other to be able to maintain your ceramic coating. So regardless if you have it professionally coated or you do it yourself, that's what they are good at, and that's all they do. So they don't do anything else but ceramic, so they specialize in it, and they've been consistent with that, so I like that. So this is their glass cleaner. It works like any other glass cleaner. The main difference is it leaves a more slick finish to it. So again, just spray it on here, move all of it around the surface to clean. So now you can see it's applied to all of the glass. Flip to the tighter side of the towel, and then you're just buffing out excess. So get down into the corners, and that's it. And then you'll notice, like when it rains or something, everything beads off of your windows just a little bit better than it would if you used a regular glass cleaner. Regular glass cleaner works fine, but again, this is just giving you another extra coating, and it's very simple. And these microfibers, these are the Costco ones. These are excellent. And again, this will all be linked in the description, but they've lasted a long time. Now, one of the last pieces that you're going to want to do is clean your rear window here. This is always just a forgotten place, but again, it just really adds to the vehicle being perfectly clean. And I just get up in the bed and then wipe it down. And then if you do this once, it generally stays very clean, but just an area to not forget at the end of cleaning your car. Don't be lazy. And the other thing you can do is just you don't even have to spray anymore. Just clean off these rear view cameras on the front, the rear, and then this for the bed cam. Again, just very easy to do, very easy to forget, but worth doing. Now, as far as 3 specialty items here that I think are worth pointing out, one is certainly their quick detailer, their ceramic waterless wash. So after you wash your vehicle, there's inevitably going to be run streaks down the side of your car, or maybe your car, you're just a week after washing it and it's dusty. This is something you can use as a quick detailer to spray it, again, ceramic infused, to make it really slick and give you that just washed shine on it. The other thing is this can actually be used on the exterior and interior. This stuff is really nice. You can use it on plastics, you can use it on your wheels, you can use it on like under the frunk area in those plastics. That gives you a multi-surface usage for this. So again, this isn't necessary. You can actually use the interior leather, plastic and leather cleaner for a lot of places, but if you want to get everything, this would be another good item. And then finally, the bug remover is excellent, especially in the summer. You can see as in this clip here, I drove across the country. The front of my Tesla was covered in bugs, and I've used this, and it is excellent for removing bugs from the front of your vehicle. The other one that's really good is P&S's Bug Off. That stuff is excellent as well. So just giving you 2 options so you can check. And then having a sponge like this is really useful for some of those really hard to get bugs or guts that's on the enzymes that are on the front of your car. So this is a very rigid sponge that you can use to just agitate and get those off of the front of your vehicle. So these are 3 specialty items that I use occasionally while cleaning my Rivian. All right, so you can see the screens here are just absolutely filthy. And this little device here, I love it. It's from Spigen. It has this little brush, okay? So we brush, get the big dirt off. Okay, so all the big dirt's off, and we'll even get this one here. Look at this. This is incredible. So we're gonna get all the dust off. And it's nice that these actually trap up a lot of the dust that you're brushing off. So you have that. You put that away, and then on this side, you have this buffing pad. So we're able to then rub this on the screen to get all those fingerprints and everything else off. So you can see it kind of shaving those. I just don't like spraying these screens with anything. I don't want to use any liquids on them. Even though you can, it's okay. It's just, I'd rather not. This is the process I go with. So you can see now that it's broken down, all the dust and everything on the screen. Just take a clean microfiber and wipe down, and now you have a clean surface. So I really like that. Now, the final thing that you're going to want to do to your vehicle is put on a ceramic coating. So this is the brand new lit ceramic coating from Hydrosilex. This stuff is excellent, and this is the kit that it comes with. So you got your applicator pad, you have gloves so your hands are safe. I'd also recommend maybe putting a mask on to cover your mouth for this stuff because it is very powerful. And this is a 3-year coating that can go on the interior and exterior of your vehicle. Now, to wrap this all up, we are going to use their Surface Prep Spray. So this is a wax and grease remover. I'm going to do this before applying the ceramic coating. So you just spray it on here, and this can be used kind of like a quick detailer. And this is just the last step before putting on the ceramic coating, just to make sure it's totally clean so you can get the best seal possible. So this isn't going to really make it feel slick or anything. This is just going to get everything removed. And this, again, can be used all over the exterior of the vehicle. It can be used on the windows, the trim panels, all that stuff. It's good for all surfaces. Now, for the ceramic coating, they actually have another one called Chrome. So this is 7-year protection, and Lit here is 3-year protection. So this is a lease, so it doesn't need the 7-year protection. I'll put that on maybe my Model Y or something. But this pad here, this applicator pad that the kit comes with, doesn't absorb like a normal pad would. That's why they supply this for you. So it's not absorbing into here, and you're able to move it onto your paint. So we're going to go ahead and apply this. We'll do a couple drops on here. And then we will liberally spread it around the paint. Kind of tough around these letters. For the time being, we're just going to go around them, and then I'll go in later with a more detailed look. And this single bottle here is more than enough for your entire vehicle. I'm going to go get the edges, and then we will come back and fill in the gaps. And I can feel the car just getting really slick. Now, about a minute after this is on, it's going to flash. So you actually see the product kind of turns white. And at that point, we are going to do wipe number 1. We're going to wipe in straight lines first. Okay. And you can do multiple coats of this. This bottle is more than enough to do your entire vehicle. We're going to do these straight lines first. Then I'm going to take a separate towel and actually do circular motions and buff it off, because you do not want this to sit and then get high spots on your vehicle. And then our third towel is for any overspray. So we're just going to run it along these edges where we do not want there to be any excess. And that's it. And then you just copy that process through your entire vehicle. I also would not wash the car. Saw a spot there. I would not wash the car. Give it 24 or 48 hours before you actually do a hand wash. Again, very simple process. You then get a really slick surface as this hardens, and then the entire Hydrosilex product line supports this to keep the coat on there as long as possible. So that's what I really like about it. I just think their stuff all works together nicely, and they don't deviate and go off in all these different directions. They just focus on making the best ceramic cleaners on the market. So very easy process, as you can see there. They also have more how-tos on their website, so you can watch the professionals do it, but very simple. So again, all this stuff will be linked in the description with any discount codes I have. And if you want to see my 1-year review on this Rivian R1T, click this video right here.